I was gonna like be over here like, let me move my towel, let me turn off the lights. I don't even care, bro. You know what? I think it's all a test. I think it's all a test. Why? Why do I think it's all a test? I think that the things that we go through as people, as humans, we're looking for an out. You put yourself in a horrific position. Let's say you're in massive car debt. Now let's say the worst comes to worst, they repo your car, right? And then you're in this situation and you're looking at it like, how the fuck did I get in this situation? You looking at the situation, thinking like, yo, how did I get here, bro? How did I get here? And then, mind you, you say to yourself, well, I believe in God. I trust in God. Everything that I ever wanted, I got in. Like, I couldn't get that car if I didn't. There's clearly a reason why the car got repoed, right? There's clearly something in the system that's not working, right? And my theory on this test is, imagine you getting repoed, then you don't have money to pay off your rent. Then your car gets declined. Then you walking home and you step in a puddle, shoes get wet. Then, God forbid, you get robbed as you walking home. What do you do in that moment? I'm thinking right now we're all in our Job season. I'm in a Job season, bro. Because this is where I'm at, bro. My story is fucked up, just like your story. My story isn't the greatest, right? But we all have a story. And I'm starting to look at my story as, well, I think I'm just being tested at this point, because not only like last month I was struggling to pay off my bills, but like I'm starting to realize like I don't think people believe in God how they say they believe in God. This is the truest thing. I was watching a video of the day I left my job, and I remember crying. I remember being so excited because I was like, you know what? I'm going into something new. I fasted for like 3-4 days to make to understand, like, is this it? And then I made a video not knowing that, like, damn, I didn't know what I was gonna get from it. And it put me on a path where, like, you gotta figure this out. March was such a great month. I was like, damn, I'm figuring this out. April was like, oh, I don't think you got this figured out. Where I had to borrow money from my brothers. And even now, I just applied for a job. I said I was never going to apply for a job. But I also said this. My faith in the whole grand scheme of this, right? I am a fucking regular person, bro. And I played the fucking social media game. I've seen the things. I have gone places where most people haven't gone before. That's a blessing in itself. But I realized that all those things that I've received, all those things that I got to achieve or got to see, I'm grateful for those experiences. But the thing is, when I talk to other people, I talk to my brothers or my mom or my friends, do I look for God in everybody? Yes, I do. I do. And I think everybody has that spirit in them where it's like, there's light coming from that person, whether bad or good. There is a tiny, you could be enclosed in the darkest of darks. There's a tiny glimpse of light inside of everybody. That's what I believe. So when people fuck me over, when people do wrong to me, I don't get mad at it. You just don't have access to my light anymore. That's just what it is. That's how I move around my life, right? But my main whole thing about being tested is that when you're going through something and you're like, I don't see a way. Last month, I did not see a way until I started asking. I hate asking people for money, for anything, because I realized that when I was young, I just got into the point where people disappoint you unintentionally because your expectations of them are so high that when they don't reach your expectations, it hurts you more than it hurts them. Not having a job and saying, I'm going to invest my time into understanding how to brand growth, understanding work ethic, understanding content creation, understanding marketing, Facebook ads, understanding all these different variables. And I just look at it, I'm like, damn, where's the faith? Am I judging? Yes, I think I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I don't judge. I'm the biggest judger, bro. I'm not gonna hide from that. I used to be this type of person that would be like, oh, I don't judge people. No, I judge a hell of a lot of people. Do I pray about that? Yes, every single day, And I'm not afraid to, this is the thing about it, is like, I'm not afraid to out these things about myself. I'm not afraid to look at myself and be like, well, I could have done better in this area. This is my biggest thing is, like, if I were to dump everything right now, honestly, if I were to go into the corporate world, I wouldn't talk to none of my friends. I would delete my Instagram. I wouldn't talk to my parents. I wouldn't talk to my brothers. That's just what it is. Because that's not the life I signed up for. So in that remark, I'm living somebody else's dream because I decided not to go and ride my dream. And this is the main point that I'm trying to reach to you guys, right? Why put your dreams, put your aspirations on other people? Why let them dictate where you go? That's the main portion of this, is I'm looking at people that I love and they don't have the same faith as much as I do. When I have high faith, it feels like when I talk to them, it's like they got low faith in themselves. That's my problem. Because we preach about the Bible, we preach about understanding that God is the one. He is the Alpha and Omega. He is the person that comes and he's our safety. He's our guidance. But as soon as we get into a trial, we don't want to believe. And that's my fault, because once again, I put my expectations on other people, wanting them to have that same aspiration of urgency and love of, you showed up for yourself. God showed up for you every single day. Right? Everybody look at me and be like, oh, Mr. Fuck these brands on some other shit. Do I not know? I know a lot of stuff. But knowing a lot of stuff and not putting it to use is useless. I'm not sitting here when I make videos like this to be like, oh, I'm going to inspire somebody, I'm going to move something. I low-key just am ranting. Like, these are just glimpses of conversations that I do have with God. Yeah, does the battle hurt? Does the battle suck? Yes. Do I not have I'm not clean shaved, I'm not cutting my hair, I'm not doing none of that until I make it, right? I'm not afraid. This is my biggest thing, bro. When you go through bullying, when you go through hate, when you go through side eyes, when you go through side diss, everything in your life, I'm only stronger by this shit, bro. I know I'm cursing. I got the Bible right here. Sorry, y'all. But I'm saying this because, like, I don't have no gripes with anybody, bro. I'm not moved by the same things that a lot of people were moved by. I used to be moved by wanting to be famous and wanting to get all the money and this, that, and the third. I used to be moved. And now I'm at a point where I'm like, what the fuck is gonna move me? Because the more and more I look at it, I think of like the troubled minds that we all have, the troubled minds that my peoples have, right? The troubled minds that the people that I've grew up to look at me different. And the thing is, it's the quiet parts that's so loud that people don't even want to talk about it. That's my fault. That's my problem. But overall, I mean, look, I'm in a testing season, right? Testing my faith. How strong am I? I know in this moment, in this right now, my presence right now, in this present moment, bro, I know I'm gonna be somebody. I always say this because nobody has a out. This is my best quality, y'all. If you ever need me for something, bro, 100% in that moment, I hit you with it. I am more adaptable than any individual that I ever met. I can figure out I can see the problem, find a solution, and act on it in the same matter. I may just be a helper in this world, bro. I may just be the person that helps people get to where they need to get to. You know why? Because my track record of helping people without any receivance of anything is fucking ridiculous. I don't look to gain anything from anybody. I don't look for it, bro. So that's something that I really look at this season in myself. I'm like, well, I'm being tested because one, I'm over here applying for jobs that I don't need. I'm looking because it's no faith there. Yeah, you in a fucked up situation, but I'm not gonna sit here and lie to myself over and over to say, hey, you need a job because you're not getting any money, you're not helping. You know what? I don't care if I'm not helping with the bills. I don't care if I'm not reaching the expectations levels that the people that want to see me be successful. I don't care because at the end of the day, I looked at my life and my sanity level of saying, am I helping? Am I at the highest level outside of a job? No, I'm zero. I don't do shit. I'm either in or I'm out. If I have a job, I don't focus on this brand shit. I don't focus on anything else. It's here and there. I work on it. That's it. But when I'm focused on the brand, I'm like double-minded with trying to figure out, I gotta do this thing, I gotta do this thing. And I'm starting to think like something has to change. Realistically. But honestly, I just don't care, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to myself. I think everything happens for a reason, but seasons like this, you feel me? You just gotta be grateful for them, bro. Because nobody else is gonna be grateful for them but yourself. And that's real.